you know what you get if you pour gin in your ears? Ginitus.
I've got tinnitus, so I find that offensive.
But you drink gin?
Right, boys. Don't spoil the ending. Episode 13. I'm going to mix it up one week. This week isn't that week. But one day I'm not going to introduce it like that.
How are you going to do it then?
I don't know. I'm not.
He'll surprise us, won't he?
Yeah, just hit us with it.
Yo, it's don't spoil the ending.
Be like, bruh.
Just thought as well, though, episode 13 as well. Unlucky for some.
Oh, yeah.
Hopefully not for us.
For the listeners.
We'll just say this is our number 13.
This is the episode where we get besmirched across the internet kind of thing.
Oh, God, yeah.
We get crunk and we get...
Become like infamous.
Yeah. We just get thrown off the internet.
Anyway, let's get the train already back on the tracks. I'm Joe. I'm here with the boys.
I'm Nick.
And
also
I
with the
am
boys.
Jono.
Hi, I'm John.
Got no Sam this week.
Yeah, I'm getting three guesses to what Inman's doing.
I think he's drinking again, isn't he?
Possibly.
Drinking, droning, and whatever else he does.
Being in Wales.
Bearding.
Yeah, being in Wales.
Anyone who listened last week will have heard like probably the highlights of the show so far. Drunk Inman. Yeah. He was on fire last week.
He was.
That's all you need.
What do you want to talk about? Love. Well, yeah, go on. Tell me about this bitter basketball thing that you're a bit.
Oh, well, I don't think it's that
It's
interesting.
not that
but
interesting.
No,
let me tell it from like a neutral standing point here. Basically, with you being our manager, I don't know why I'm telling you this, but basically they were playing rubbish basketball with scrumped up pieces of paper, and
it was on lunch. I think it was on lunch.
Oh, it was on lunch. Definitely on lunch.
Cool.
Yeah. Definitely on lunch.
Of course.
And John was trying from all different angles and distances, and he'd miss them all. And he actually missed from above it at one point. Stop putting your hand up, I'm finishing. And Jono was actually at the back of the room, and he did actually get them all in. Woo. But Louise was like, I think John should still win.
It wasn't that. I'm the furthest away, as you must know. The bins were at the corner. I'm miles away.
I come and stood
I missed
by
a couple. John was sat right next to it.
No.
Got like 2 in or something.
I come and stood next to you.
Hang on. Let me.
Got like 2 in.
Hang on.
One.
Let me share this.
I'm not finished yet.
I'll let John finish, and then John will.
Yeah. Then I clearly announced, okay, next goal wins, and I was like, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I just nailed it.
Yeah.
Right.
I won.
No, that's utter shite like usual.
Well, Louise agreed with me.
John.
Louise agrees with you whatever you say. It can be utter dog shit. She'll agree with you.
If you say bird shit blue, then she yeah, they do.
No, but he got 1 in. I went and stood next to him. 2 in a row. I then moved, got him 3rd one in. And then Louise is like, oh no, I think John has to win. Why? and then Heggy had a goal, and he got a few in. And
dropping names all over the place.
Yeah, it's fine.
I think we're like...
You won't mind that one.
We're getting a bit off subject. This is a movie podcast.
Yeah,
Let's
basically,
not get the arguments out.
John was last, yet for some reason, because the sun shines out of his arse, he won.
I'm happy with this, yeah.
right, leave it there. It's not interesting. Right, let's move on.
We've already lost half our listeners, by the way, guys.
Yeah, so it's been a busy week this week.
Yeah.
So what have we done?
All I've done is watch a couple of movies, play a video game.
Yeah.
I mean, you say it's a busy week. Has it been a busy week for you?
It has for me.
Has it? Yeah. Are you going to fill us in? Like, with the information?
I wouldn't say busy week in terms of I did a bit more digging on E3 because I noticed I missed some stuff last week, which I probably shouldn't have missed. But yeah, I was going to talk a bit about that.
Go ahead.
Shall I just do that now?
Yeah.
Now's the perfect chance to run a podcast.
That is true.
Yep.
Yeah, so I didn't talk about Metro on the last show.
Metro, the Russian shooter.
Yes.
Ah, right.
Seen that?
I played the old 2033 was the old one, I think.
Yeah, they got a new version of that coming out.
It was quite good, to be honest.
Looks really good.
Had a bit of an RPG leveling up feel to it, but like a first-person shooter.
Looks very creepy.
Yeah.
Atmospheric.
I'm funny with video games because people always say, "Oh, they've got to be terrifying video games." But you're like, do you know what I mean? Like,
did you play that Resident Evil? No, sorry, not Resident Evil. Did you play that?
What's
PT?
it called? PT.
PT.
Yeah.
terrified me.
Bits that made me jump, but
Silent Hill, that isn't it? Sorry.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean Resident Evil. Yeah, so it was the abandoned Silent Hill game by Hideo Kojima.
Was it? Bit me tongue.
Yeah. Hideo.
Was it Kojima? Yeah.
Yeah, Kojima. Who did
They got fired before he could actually make the game, didn't they? Yeah.
I think he left rather than fired.
I think it was more Konami. Is that what it is?
Konami.
Konami was like, come on, Hideo. You know, Metal Gear's not looking great. Get out. And he got the shove.
Yeah. No, that's not right.
Yeah.
No, but PT terrified me because there was one bit where literally a door swung open and a face jumped at me, and it was completely unexpected because I was just staring into space in the game, and it happened, and I literally dropped my controller, and I was like, I'm not playing this. I just turned it off. I was like, I can't do it.
Oh, really? I mean, it is good, but jump scares just don't get me. You know, they make me jump, but there's no lingering, you know, thoughts afterwards, kind of thing. You just it's an instant jump, and that's it. You know, the moment is gone, kind of thing. I prefer something that's, you know, truly terrifying. They'll scare you. What were we talking about?
Well, just mopping up some E3 stuff.
Is it 2033?
There's another thing from your E3 one last week. Well, it was more a tweet that you put out the other day.
Oh, yes. So last week, there's a couple of corrections from last week. I started talking about NBA 2K16 and presented the fact that Vic, who is your hanger-on through the game, dies of AIDS.
Yeah, he doesn't die of AIDS.
No, I misremembered that. I think I just made it more fun for myself. The AIDS isn't fun, but like I made it more fun.
Like writing your own plot lines, kind of thing.
Yeah, but no, he died in a car crash. It was his parents that died of AIDS.
Oh, right.
So, yeah,
Easy mistake to make.
So car crash, AIDS. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, that was my mess up, guys. I apologise for that.
Oh, no, don't.
Yeah. I am so sorry.
Don't have to apologise to me, Joe.
There's another one. Jono, you said that Spike Lee married his own daughter.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think we corrected that on the show, didn't we? That one.
Yeah.
Woody Allen. Is that what you're on about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they were the two main.
Oh, another mistake you guys made last week. You called Konami repeatedly.
No.
Just point that out.
That's not correction.
I actually looked this up because for research purposes.
I looked it up, and all I could find was like Giant Bomb stuff. But I feel that Giant Bomb have probably got them information from the same incorrect places that maybe you guys have. So I'm gonna contact Konami.
Sorry. Let me just butt in right there. We have a episode 13 of a podcast, and you're the highest authority on how to pronounce stuff.
Yeah. Go back to 1988. Play Gryzor or Contra. I'm pretty sure it's Konami.
Contra. Yeah, no, it's Konami. Konami. It's Konami.
Where's the Nomi coming from?
Maybe we can.
It's Japanese.
It's an A.
John, I can speak Japanese. I can't speak bloody English.
I can speak Japanese.
I can speak Japanese. Like, moshi moshi, Konami, arigato. Like,
Konnichiwa.
konnichiwa.
Konami.
Sayonara.
Sayonara, sushi brain. No, yeah,
That literally just goodbye sushi brain.
goodbye fish brain. Yeah. No, it's Konami, so get your facts straight, John. But yeah,
Still up for debate.
let's move on.
Yep.
They have announced more Sonic the Hedgehog.
Is this the Nintendo Switch game? Or
I can't remember what it's on because
Is this the one that's been announced for quite a while, or has it just been announced at E3? Because there was one that they announced like last year or something.
Oh, right.
And I think it was like another kind of Generations one where it's kind of.
Well, the Nintendo Switch one's a massive deal apparently 'cause it's the first original Sonic platformer for like 25 years or something.
see what
20 years I think.
what
it is.
I've read is that it's like the original Sonic games, like when they were 2D.
Yeah.
But it's not. It's the same levels, but it's all been remastered. I know they've done that before, but these levels have been extended.
I think this is the one that was announced like last year or something. Like, because Josh, who sometimes appears, he's a big fan of Sonic. If you went to his room, he has like a big collection of Sonic stuff.
Well, Nick, I'm looking at a Sonic tapestry. Right
exactly.
now. Yep.
There's Sonic stuff all around the house. So like, I've heard of this repeatedly.
Yes. Yeah. So they showed a bit more of that. But it's just like the original Sonic games, but with extended levels, which is not bad at all.
I'd be up for that definitely.
Yeah.
Love Sonic.
It's worth checking out a lot of the stuff from E3. There's a lot of interesting stuff. We covered most of it. last week. It takes a lot of time for some of it to sort of sink in and become more relevant. Like, I can't remember the name of it, but there's some hipstery 2D. It looks like a walking game where you walk through the night.
Oh, right.
Oh, that's right. Up your street, that, isn't it, Joe? Hipstery.
Yeah. But yeah, no, there was quite a few things worth checking out.
Just remembered, I've actually got a bit of news, but to do with movies. A couple of stories. Is that okay to jump into them?
Yeah, I'm pretty much done with my bit if you want to take over.
Just quick ones, really. Transformers 5 getting absolutely panned. Have you guys seen this?
Is it actually?
Oh, it's getting torn apart, yeah. Literally. It always gets bad reviews, but it's always kind of like lukewarm. People are saying, like, it's Transformers. You know what you're going to get. You know what I mean? It's going to be garbage, but kids, males love it, up to 18 or whatever. This one, people are just saying this is one of the worst films I've ever seen. Like, it's getting torn apart.
It's got progressively worse, those films. Like, really.
I just find it interesting. Spielberg and Lucas made a prediction a couple of years ago that all it's going to take is 2 or 3 massive blockbusters to, like, totally tank, and it'll kill the film industry kind of thing. Because there's so much money going to be lost if they do tank.
Yeah.
I think we could be there this year. Like, I've not checked the box office on Pirates of the Caribbean. Mummy's doing terribly. The Mummy, I'm going to come on to that later, but
that wasn't box office, really. You couldn't have imagined.
The Mummy?
Oh, no, but it cost like 150 million to make, you know what I mean? It's one of the...
Huge backing behind.
Oh, sorry, the new Mummy, this is.
Yeah, that's what I mean,
one,
but I just don't understand
Has
why.
it
tanked, that film? Like,
I think it's made its money back so far, but, it's not doing well by any means.
It's made its money back, though.
Yeah,
it's not going to...
That kind of ruins your point.
No, but the thing is, though, budget's 150 million. It's made like 180 or 200 or something. There's marketing fees that aren't included in you can literally double a budget to see what it generally costs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just like 300 million is the actual fee of the film. Pirates is just doing terribly, I believe. It's meant to be garbage. I'm not seeing that one yet. What else came out recently? There was The Mummy. There's something else, I think. Oh, and if Transformers goes the same way, it's been pretty much critic proof for the last few years. It's always managed to make money, doesn't it, the Transformers films? But this one's getting absolutely torn apart, and if this one bombs as well, you know what I mean, it could be like big news kind of thing in the movie industry. I just find it interesting that Lucas and Spielberg predicted a scenario like this a few years ago. One really bad year of blockbuster movies, and a few studios could go bye-bye kind of thing.
Yeah, but what do they all have in common? They're all sequels.
Well, every film's sequel now.
Not really. Not really. It's not.
Every film. Every film.
Not every film.
There are no original ideas anymore.
Every blockbuster, at least. I'll clarify.
It's at least a remake.
I totally get if it's a something from another, like a similar type film. It's on that same basis, but these literally are in the sequel from another film. But in that variety.
Literally every blockbuster. I think there's one that I spotted that wasn't a part of a series, but Wonder Woman is part of the DC series.
I just feel like
that one didn't tank though.
No, that's doing well.
Oh, yeah.
Wonder Woman. Yeah, but you know what I mean? Like every big film this summer is part of Dunkirk. That's probably the only original film this summer.
Which, as we decided before, is going to be the one where we're going to go and watch again as a collective group. So
yeah, doing an IMAX or gallery showing for that one.
I'm up for that, boys.
So that will be the main movie on that week.
Just found it interesting, that story that Lucas predicted that a couple of years ago. Going on from that, my point of a few episodes ago about Disney killing Star Wars. The Han Solo movie have just fired their 2 directors, Chris Lord and Phil Lord and Chris Miller, one way.
Yeah.
The Lego movie guys, basically. They've just fired them, which is massive news. They're halfway through filming the film, and they fired the directors because of creative differences. So yeah, Disney are just fucking up Star Wars now. Yeah, so but mentioning George Lucas is available. He's doing nothing. Get Lucas back in. Do a Star Wars film.
Oh no.
Yeah.
My boy George Lucas. You're not going to watch it anyway.
I don't like George Lucas.
But you don't like Star Wars. So why would it affect you in the slightest? I'm sure.
I don't like other people having fun.
Oh, fair enough. It's fair enough.
I don't want other people to enjoy things I don't like.
Yeah. Get George Lucas back on board. Save the Han Solo movie, and everything's good again.
Just put E.T. in it.
Or just in the
he was in the Phantom Menace.
Yeah, Spielberg. Yeah. Like, get him involved.
He'd love to do one. He said for years, but Lucas wouldn't let him. Literally, what he wants.
We've already been down this road, then, haven't we? Like, Spielberg getting involved.
Yeah, literally. But it's not Lucas anymore. It's Disney now, so maybe they'll give him a shout. Like,
okay, what about an M Night Shyamalan? What about him taking over?
I'd be I love Midnight Shyamalan.
Delighted. Were you going to say?
I can't believe he's going to come with delighted and then he starts himself. Delighted.
I'd be denied about that.
Yeah, that'd be good.
But that's all my news for this week. But
Can I jump on with M. Night Shyamalan?
Midnight Shyamalan.
Yeah.
Is this going to be another correction next week where you actually learn how to say his name?
No, I'll never learn
Mr.
that.
Shyamalan.
My boy M. Night. I actually watched Split. So I watched that film.
Great.
I'm not going to spend more than like a minute on it, but yeah, I watched that, then listened to the podcast you've done on it. Yeah, it was good.
Enjoy it.
I enjoyed Split. It was a good film.
Have you watched Unbreakable?
Yeah, but that's the thing though. That kind of that reveal for me, I was like, what? And then because I last saw Unbreakable so long ago, I didn't fully make the connection.
Yeah.
I saw, oh yeah, it's Bruce Willis. Like, I didn't realise you were watching. That twist would have meant so much more to me. Yeah, it would have meant so much more to me if I'd realised at that point what it was. When I read about it, I was like, this is dead cool. I was like, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
How is it a sequel?
You've not seen the film, have you?
Not seen it.
Or listen to the podcast.
Been a bit busy.
It's
Okay. Yeah, I didn't realise Jono you hadn't seen it.
I think we should let him watch it all
Yeah.
the podcast.
Fine.
it would spoil the film for you to tell you. Well,
it really wouldn't. It's
You
just,
don't think?
it's just the M.
I
Night
don't know.
film.
I think it's an amazing reveal. Like at the end,
I've got to admit, me and Nick watched it at the
You've just
Westbrook
bloody
one
told
night.
me now.
And like, do you remember my reaction, don't you, when that happened? I was literally pointing at the screen going, oh my fucking God.
yeah, he actually was.
I was pointing, going, Bruce Willis.
We'll move on from it because I don't want to ruin it any further for Jono. But when Nick made a comment on the podcast saying, remember Glass Man? It's like, Glass Man. Bruce Willis is Glass Man.
But I love it because it puts the film in a whole different context. That's what a twist should do, you know what I mean? It makes you realise the film you just watched isn't totally what you thought it was. Like, yeah. And that's what Shyamalan does, you know.
I appreciate what that was, even though I didn't click on at the time.
Yeah.
I appreciate what that was.
I'm glad you enjoyed it, though.
Yeah, I thought it was good.
Because it can be a bit weird, you know, with McAvoy's little 8-year-old, 9-year-old kid dancing around. Hedwig.
Yeah, no, I like McAvoy.
He was brilliant in that film, wasn't he?
Yeah.
McAvoy's a really good actor.
Yep.
Yeah, no, that's what I've done.
Do you mind if I jump on with the film after that?
If you must.
Got watched Billy Lynn's Long Half-Time Walk.
Go on.
You heard about this?
The documentary one.
It's not
It kind of is.
Yeah, it's directed by Ang Lee, who is the genius behind The Hulk 2003 masterpiece. He did Life of Pi. That was good.
Like we've confirmed today, is utter shite.
Oh, I like Life of Pi.
No.
As I said in this conversation earlier, like that film was meant to just be a beautiful film, and it was. It was visually amazing.
It's got a couple like deep things about religion to say and stuff like that, but that could be a film for the future. Maybe Life of Pi. I think that's quite interesting. If you hate it, it could be a good discussion kind of thing.
I'm not saying I hate it. I'm just saying it's a pointless film.
I think there's a big point to it, but we'll save that.
Yeah, well, hang on, I haven't seen it, but like, is this the film where it's a guy in a boat with a tiger?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the equivalent.
I've seen that bit.
Well, it's
Or at
the
least if
equivalent
that's
of
part
this
of it.
year's Lion.
You've
It's
seen that
another
bit.
pile of shit.
You've seen that bit. That's kind of the film.
I think you might like it, John. It's making a point about religion at the end of the film. It's quite interesting, I think.
I've not like.
That's not a twist. Like, it's literally not.
It is.
He's religious all the way through the film. Like, the whole point of
Does
Pi
it
in
go-
that film, he
all right.
follows every religion.
Would you say it goes full circle like pie?
Right, Joe, because
Stop it at 3.741 repeating.
you don't sit in the same room as us anymore. We had the debate before that we were trying to
You
say...
made that sound really sad. Like,
No, yeah, he doesn't sit with us anymore. No, it was,
You've
we
moved
don't
to-
see you anymore, Joe.
it was about
You've moved to
Where
the
have
other
you
side
been?
of the canteen.
it's about DiCaprio not winning Best Male at like some of the
years.
yeah, basically. Yeah, John for some reason said he could come up with a list of better movies that year, but some of them were awful, and that included. Didn't that include the Life of Pi? That was on the list.
I think Life of Pi is better than Wolf of Wall Street.
All we were saying,
High praise.
all we were saying is, Gravity came out that year.
Yeah, Gravity was that year. I'm pretty sure that won Best Film that year.
Dallas Buyers Club came out that year.
McConaughey won Best Actor.
Did he actually?
I think so.
that was very well deserved.
That'll have to be something we'll have to check.
Oh, actually, yeah, double check that because
fact check
12
that.
Years a Slave was that year as well, I think, and that won something as well. So
We're just saying for the best actor though.
I think for the best actor, Matthew McConaughey in Dallas Buyers Club definitely would have won over DiCaprio.
But I'm just thinking though, he wasn't even nominated. That was my point.
another point we made. Django Unchained came out that year as well, and for me, he's better in Django Unchained
How many?
than
Yeah,
Wolf
in
of Wall
most of the
Street.
major awards, there's 4 or 5 of nominees.
Yeah.
He didn't make the top 5.
It's the Oscars though. They always have a few weird choices in
I know
there.
they
but-
do. They have these critically acclaimed Cannes Film Festival ones where they've won awards there, and you're just thinking they're artistically, like you're saying before, like Life of Pi, great and everything, but in terms of general mainstream content, they don't appeal to a lot of people.
Oh, I don't know. I think Life of Pi was pretty massive, like at the box office and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I know because people go by what Cannes says, but I
no.
feel like the general.
Well, no,
consensus-
like that had a big following already because it came from quite a big book. Like,
And it was like a visual spectacle and stuff. Because
that genuinely deserved like some kind of reward for how beautiful that film
again,
was.
that wasn't my point. The point was the main actor,
yeah, no, that's fine.
the
Yeah.
main actor in it.
I do think he's good in that though. Dev Patel, he was pretty good in Life of Pi. So
I know, yeah, but his backstory before then was one of the main characters in the early episodes of Skins.
Yeah.
So,
oh no, but people. Heath Ledger came from Neighbours, so
no, I totally get that.
you know what I mean, it's
But
I can put in it. Dallas Buyers Club was released in the same year as
yeah,
Wolf
but I
of
was
Wall
just
Street.
talking like you. John said he could name me a lot where the main actor in these big films, deserved to be in that list more than Leo.
yeah.
But some of the films you mentioned, the main actors in it were bit parts, like Gravity, for example, George Clooney.
Oh no, but Sandra Bullock could be the lead actor in that one.
No, she couldn't. I mean, she's got a bit of a manly aura about her, but it'd be the George Clooney character, and he'd only be the best supporting male. There'd be no main character.
Oh no, I mean
male.
that's fine though. But I think Sandra Bullock was better than DiCaprio in that. But
That's debatable.
So the Best Actor award in the Oscars 2013, would be the one, wouldn't it? Or would it be-
2014, because he got released.
Yeah,
late-
February 2014, the awards would have been.
So it would have been the 2014 ones.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
it was Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah,
which is extremely
which is
well
fine.
deserved.
No,
Yeah.
I totally get it. I love that he proper got into the role, losing all that weight. Literally
And
embodied the character.
Yeah,
Don't
he
get
was
me
good.
wrong, right? DiCaprio was amazing in.
Oh, yeah,
Wolf of
no,
Wall
I'm
Street.
not saying that. I think it was great in Wolf of
he
Wall
was
Street.
actually brilliant in it, but like,
Well, I've got a list.
I personally, I would vote for Matthew McConaughey.
I've got the list
over
here.
that.
I just wanted him
Was
to
it
at
Joe?
least be appreciated for the work that he did as being one of the nominated, but I feel like these really random ones were just put in there because they already knew the winner.
Do you want to know who the list was then for the Best Actor?
I do, yeah.
Right. Matthew McConaughey won it. The other nominees were Christian Bale in American Hustle.
A
Well,
rubbish
yeah.
film that
Let me-
Oh
Yeah.
no, I like it.
Hang
but
on. Let me just read the rest of them. Bruce Dern from Nebraska.
That's amazing.
Leonardo DiCaprio in The Wolf of Wall Street. And Chiwetel
Ejiofor for 12 Years a Slave.
That's the guy, yeah. So that's the...
So
that was the
Leonardo
list.
did actually get nominated,
nominated
for
for it.
That
but
was
he
you,
just,
that, John.
he just,
What's that?
you said he didn't.
Did I?
Yeah, that was your information before
but
from Chef.
so he
I
did
don't
get
remember.
he did get the recognition. He just I think McConaughey deserved it more than he did. In that.
If you want to make the argument about when Leonardo DiCaprio won it and everyone was like, oh, The Revenant, like, was he really that good in The
He
Revenant?
was
I thought he was.
he was
Yeah.
amazing in that.
Yeah,
film,
there is the argument, though.
Yeah.
Is he only getting it as like a sort of lifetime thing? Do you want to know who the nominees were that year?
Oh, sorry, just in that film as well, though. Like, Tom Hardy would have probably been Best Supporting Actor, but Tom Hardy was amazing in The Revenant as well.
he
so-
was, yeah.
All right,
yeah.
well, the nominees that year were Bryan Cranston in Trumbo,
Ugh.
Matt
No.
Damon in The Martian, which was
Another amazing
really good.
film.
Yeah, he does a good job. He's on his own the whole film.
That's
pretty
why
much,
it's so difficult. I
yeah.
feel, yeah.
Michael Fassbender in Steve Jobs, which I haven't seen,
Amazing.
So he
Really
was really
good
good
in
in
that,
that.
yeah.
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 and Eddie Redmayne in The Danish Girl.
Ugh.
Like, do you know what they all have in common? That they're all... There's not much of any other character in it. It's a lot of them in the film. That
Yeah.
covers a lot. Do you just see what I mean? Like, it circles around them for the majority of the film, and there's only the odd bits from everyone else.
Yeah.
Instead of having like a supporting actor or actress, there's just
Just
them.
to focus on them.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. No, I know what you mean.
I mean,
yeah.
the Danish Girl did have that. Don't know the supporting actress in
Oh, I
it.
can't think of her name now. She's
She
new,
sort of
new,
got completely overshadowed by Eddie Redmayne's role.
she's the new Tomb Raider.
Yeah,
Alicia Vikander, I think.
yeah, that Alicia Vikander.
Yeah.
She got overshadowed completely
Yeah.
by him.
John, what were your thoughts on Billy Lynn's long halftime walk?
Yeah, well, I enjoyed it quite a bit. I really enjoyed it. Mentioned, directed by Ang Lee. It's about some troops who've come back from Iraq who've been on like this really intense mission, and they've basically got to go to the Dallas Cowboys Stadium for like a halftime presentation with Beyonce. You know, like to do like a bit of a song and dance number.
Who?
Beyonce.
I've not heard of her.
Oh, yeah, little known star.
John sits in the corner, just brushing his fringe, doesn't he? He doesn't listen to stuff like this.
Yeah, and it's all about the difference between they've been in Iraq fighting this war, and they feel perfectly at home over there, kind of thing. They come back here and they're being treated like heroes, but they can't cope with, like they can't cope with doing like a halftime presentation at a football stadium. The heroes in battle, but they can't deal with that kind of slice of American life kind of thing. But yeah, I absolutely loved it. It's got some of my favourite things in it. You get to see a lot of behind the scenes stuff about like the NFL, because it's all filmed in the stadium behind the scenes of like a Dallas Cowboys game, which is just amazing. Loved that. Yeah, they get like basically a backstage pass to like the Cowboys stadium, and you get to see the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders. One of my favourite TV shows.
So there's a crossover for Johnny.
A lot of them are in it. Quite a big part. Yeah. It was great. Vin Diesel's in it. He's really good in it.
Cool.
Playing like a kind of like Buddhist soldier. Really interesting. But
right.
yeah, I really enjoyed it. It got a bit panned when it came out. People were saying like, oh, it's okay, but it's not Ang Lee's best kind of thing. But it actually got to me a bit. And Kristen Stewart is Billy Lynn's sister in it, and she's great in it as well. Yeah, really enjoyed it. Definitely worth checking out.
Who did you say played Billy Lynn in it?
Oh, I don't know. He's a young actor. I can't think of his name. That was a bit of an unknown actor, but he was good as well. Yeah, really good film. Definitely worth checking out.
Good.
Cool.
I personally have been on a bit of a comedy tour of trying to watch films, like stupid films that you'd watch. Because I don't drink, like when you'd come in after a night out. I have to point that one out.
Sorry. Okay, I'm waiting for your link here.
No, my point is, it's not to link to the film, it's just what I've been doing for the week and stuff. But
because you don't drink, you're watching comedy films.
No, that wasn't the point I was trying to make. What I'm saying was, they're the type of comedy films you'd watch when you've come in after a drunk night out. Yeah, but I don't drink, so I thought I'd just do it anyway and watch them during the day, just to see what the difference is, between like when you're watching a Smashed at night and you're watching like Freddie Got Fingered or something like that. Something daft. Yeah. So I watched Mike and Dave Need Wedding Dates.
It's a good film. I enjoyed it.
I thought it was okay, yeah.
I haven't seen that.
Right, watch it. It is actually really funny because Adam Devine and Zac Efron kind of work well together, and obviously they've got Anna Kendrick in it as well.
And the other girl, she's
really good.
Aubrey Plaza.
She's from Parks and Recreation, isn't she?
Yeah, she's done a few like comedy films and stuff. She's that good.
Joe, I know it's daft, but it's funny. Like you'll either really love it or you'll turn it off after 5 minutes because you'll despise how annoying it might be. But I think if you're in the mood for something lighthearted and kind of daft, then just watch it because it like Nick said, it is a good film. Like it is. It just seems to be like a jokey film because Zac Efron ones these days, if he's in a comedy.
I don't know. Have you seen his one with Robert De Niro? Like
Bad
Grandpa.
Dirty Grandpa.
Dirty Grandpa.
Yeah.
One of the
Bad Grandpa's the Johnny Knoxville one.
Yeah. That was actually genuinely like that was just a.
It's because on the outside, they appear to be these stupid hour-and-a-half long films where you're just getting paid to be daft. But in reality, they are actually kind of fun because I'm following on from like what we'd mentioned last week, where I'd been watching like Pitch Perfect 1 and 2. This has come from that, and every week I'll probably just watch another what you would class as a simple stupid comedy.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I thought it was okay. I wasn't blown away by it or anything.
I'm not saying I was blown away because it's just the best work.
It's not a mind-blowing film, but it's a bit of fun.
Yeah, there seems to be a lot of comedies like that recently that are just like average kind of. You know what I mean? They're just.
Yeah, I don't feel like my time was wasted because I thought a lot of it was funny, and I did speak to someone about it, and they were of the opposite opinion. Where, like I said, they turned it off after 5 minutes because it annoyed them.
Yeah,
but I like Adam Devine because he's in Modern Family and stuff like that. Not a lot, but he's in it a bit.
It's in have you ever seen Workaholics?
Workaholics, yeah.
Like that's a fantastic show. Like there's 3 people in it, and like he's brilliant.
Do you know what? He is brilliant generally because he was in Pitch Perfect as well. Yeah. That's kind of where I've led on from. Him and Anna Kendrick have come from that, and they were in this film as well. And they are together. They are actually really funny. So
is Rebel Wilson's boyfriend, isn't he, in Pitch Perfect?
He is, yeah.
Oh, I thought you said in real life. Then I nearly hated him. Nearly hated him for a second.
But yeah, didn't he even do the MTV Awards a few months ago? He was the presenter. He's like he seems to be like the comedy actor for, like when you get the 15 minutes of fame comedy actor, and he's like the one. He's the one at the minute, I would say, that they're looking at to sort of do all this stuff.
He is up and coming, isn't he? Yeah. He definitely is. Like,
I really like him.
Because I remember years ago, like I'd never heard of him apart from in Workaholics, like when it was the first season of that.
Well, yeah, I was the same with Modern Family. But yeah, if I was to rate the film, I'd probably give it... I'd just go for a light 4, only because...
For Mike and Dave Need Wedding Dates?
Yeah. you want to know why?
So if you want to go through, that's
I was
okay.
going to go for a 3.5, but I'll go.
I was
for
just shocked.
It's because I watched it with my girlfriend. And
you can't bump it up because of that.
No, that's not it. It's because
I know what you mean, because the circumstances of watching it.
We spend a lot of time apart because the baby's such hard work. Do you know what I mean? Like, so when we're together, we're not really together in like conversing and stuff because we're always dealing with the baby. And that was the one time recently we've been able to sit down and actually laugh together properly at a film. I know that sounds.
It's quite sad, that, isn't it?
Oh no, it sounds quite nice.
That's quite hard.
I know that sounds daft, so I'll give it a 4 because it felt like it was a nice time we had together.
Although on the counterpoint, sorry Joe, just a quick one.
Go.
On the counterpoint of that one of my friends always told me, Armageddon is my favourite film because I just met my girlfriend when it came out and we watched it together. It's like, no, that film's shit. Like, I don't care who you watched it with. That film is fucking garbage.
I imagine what's going to happen is Jono's going to go home to his missus and go, oh yeah, I talked about you on the podcast this week. And he's going to fast forward to that one bit. He's going to go, oh yeah, look, don't listen to the rest. Just listen to this little bit.
Just stop there.
And she'll go, that film was shit.
No, she liked it. She told me afterwards because we spoke about it to someone else. So I was going to give it a 3.5, but that only bumped up that extra half. That's all I'm saying. I really enjoyed it. So
I know what you mean. Circumstances do change.
This also means, by the way, that whenever Jono gives a rating now, you have to put an asterisk next to it for sentimental value.
Oh,
so,
hey, I'm not usually sentimental. This is a first, this one, but I was only putting it up half a mark for that basis. It was a 3.5 if you want to just put it on the basis of the film because I actually enjoyed it.
Hey, I think I downgraded Batman v Superman because I went with you lot. So.
Yeah, we do that to films.
I think I might have upgraded it for the same reason.
I mean, Dunkirk might end up the same way. We might just do it because someone's going to spoil it, or John's going to go, look, Tom Hardy, and I'm like, I know, that's what we come to watch the film for.
Let's move on. Nick, have you watched anything this week or done anything interesting?
I have done something this week.
What have you done this week? Where have you been? Where were you last week?
Well, that's why I went on the show. I was in Krakow.
Oh yeah, Auschwitz.
To be fair, I did go Auschwitz.
Was it? Did it feel harrowing? Did it?
It was. It was very grim, but I don't want to go too much into detail.
No, we don't know.
I've just got a question on the Auschwitz thing. Like I've heard from people who've been like almost like nature just stays away from Auschwitz.
See, right? I was told this before I went, right, and I was genuinely looking out and there was like loads of green grass everywhere.
Oh, really?
There was birds flying above. And I was just like, wait, nature's everywhere. What's going on?
Oh well, maybe just so much time's passed now that it is reverting back to normal. You know,
maybe
it should do, yeah. But
like I said, I don't want to go into too much detail about it.
No.
But the reason I was actually there is because I went for a concert. I went to see System of a Down.
I saw this on your Snapchat.
It's also on Instagram. If anyone wants to listen.
It's D.
No, if anyone wants to listen,
spell it wrong anyway.
If anyone wants to listen, it's on my personal Instagram, which is Finn, which is FINN, and then 5698.
I was going to say, like, had you got Finn as your account name, I'd have been very impressed.
I know, no, it nearly was. But
like it's Finn, and then
I tried. No, it's that's it. Finn 5698, and there's videos on there of them.
System of a Down.
System of a Down. They were fantastic.
Who was supporting them?
There was Red Sun Rising, who came on first, who were also amazing.
Did they play Sugar?
He did, yeah.
Sugar!
Yeah, but there was like Red Sun Rising before and Royal Republic. And I didn't care for Royal Republic.
I actually don't like them either. Royal Republic, I've listened to that.
But that's that. There's a great that like I had this image in my head of what Krakow, what Poland would be.
Yeah.
And in my head, it was just going to be Russia, like even snow and all, to be honest. But like
Vladimir Putin.
I thought it was going to have like those people with those like woolly hats with like the floppy things over the ears.
Ushankers.
I thought it was going to be very them. I thought it was going to be like a very Soviet feeling to it.
I know what you mean, like an Eastern Bloc kind of feel to it.
I don't know why. I don't know why I had that impression, but that's what I thought it was going to be.
Do you know why? Ignorance.
It might be it's probably ignorant.
It's not ignorant.
But like I've been to Germany many times, and it was exactly this. The architecture was very similar, and it just felt very Germany to me.
Do you think that's because a lot of Polish people migrated to Germany?
Potentially.
So the architecture is similar because There's a lot. There's a hiking. There's a lot.
But I feel like they've always Poland, Austria, and Germany have always shared,
similar interests.
history
Yeah,
kind
like
of thing. Yeah,
And I didn't think it.
Football players shared them.
they literally
many.
Turkey are in on that as well now. Germany have got a few Turkey players in there.
This is a topic for our future football podcast.
Yeah,
But I didn't think like it would be as touristy as it was as well. I thought like it would be just like I'd be going finding my own way. But there's people all the way with like tour guides and.
I think Krakow is a funny one, though, isn't it? Because like Krakow is just one of them tourist places now.
Yeah, I think it is now because obviously, like Sam has been on it before. Like, he obviously got robbed there. I, as a result of him getting robbed, I learnt from his mistakes, and I made sure to lock everything under lock and key. I weren't losing nothing, me.
If anyone learned from Sam's mistakes, it was just never drink again. And we're all sat there.
But all in all, it was a really good trip though. I really enjoyed Krakow. Yeah, really good.
Good.
One other little tidbit. There was a mainly for John there. There was a tattoo parlor called Twin Peaks. Which I thought was I actually took a picture. I think I took a picture of some woman who was just looking like, what the fuck's he doing? Taking a picture of a sign. But,
These bloody English tourists.
Tourist.
Did you take a peek through the door and like Evil Dale's tattooing someone?
Is that a spoiler?
No. Have you watched this show, Joe, at all so far?
No, I'm like up to episode 4.
Unless Evil Dale's actually in a tattoo parlour, but it might be a spoiler.
I'm telling you now, if Evil Dale tattoos
John.
somebody in the show, they will not be
John,
happy.
you're not supposed to tell me when to Poland. You know, that's a future episode.
This is not on this. Yeah, no, I'm up to episode 4. We're not going to talk about Twin Peaks because we've already got an entire show dedicated.
Can I just make a point that you have to get caught up with the show?
You
have to.
We'll leave Twin
show.
Peaks for the best show on this channel.
Yeah. Anyone who likes it, check out our podcast.
Yeah, sorry,
it's
what's
great.
that called? DC Presents. Don't forget your roots, boys. Don't forget your roots.
Joking aside, guys. Joking aside. Apart from going Krakow this week, I've watched a series. I've finished the series Better Call Saul, Jono. I know you talked about it last week.
Oh yeah.
But you didn't talk about the finale because that was this week, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
That's just finished. That was amazing. Loved that. Some heart wrenching stuff.
Okay.
And a game that I wanted to talk about, which is currently free on the PS Store.
This is the game you've been badgering me to download.
I've been badgering everyone
who's got one.
Yeah,
because it is an amazing game. Killing Floor 2 it is. Like it is. I don't know why it's free. I don't know why they're giving this away for free. I would pay money for this.
Is this the Rocket League idea?
Well,
Or is
Rocket League.
Is this new? Or
It's a bit different. No, Rocket League was brand new when it came out.
Yeah.
Killing Floor 2 was like 2014, I think, when it released. But I've not really heard anything about it.
I don't know.
I feel like I might have seen the game on the shelf in a shop somewhere and just thought, oh, that looks like garbage. I'm not paying 40 quid for that. But yeah, it's great.
Worth the money. It would be worth 40 quid, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
What you doing it?
Well, me and Nick this week was it Wednesday night?
Yeah.
Me, you, your brother Luke, and Coops from work had a bit of a session on this.
Just a heads up from the last episode. I thought you said your internet wasn't working for gaming as a
No, I hadn't forgot. We'll come to that.
Just for Tekken. But Killing Floor 2 works great though. We got online, played it for like 4 hours in the end. I think
we
like
playing it all
8
night,
till like
really,
midnight or something. And I had a load of fun. I don't know about.
I loved it. I loved it.
Yeah.
Like, cause there's like 10 waves. There's 10 which a wave can go on it can go on for quite a while if you don't kill them, doesn't it?
Just to point out that this is only like one game mode we're playing. There's other game modes and stuff
is
you can
there?
play. Oh yeah,
I've not played any.
You can play as the Horde, trying to kill other
can
people
you?
and stuff
That
like
sounds amazing.
Loads of game modes on it, but we played the standard survival where we're fighting a horde of like Zeds they're called, I think.
Yeah, they do refer to them as Zed, but like it's like
what does Z stand for?
I don't actually know. A zombie, I presume.
zombie.
Zebras.
Maybe.
Yeah, zebras.
Is this anything like Left 4 Dead 2, which is a great game?
Yeah.
I would call it quite similar to that, but like I'd call it like an amalgamation of like Left 4 Dead 2 and like Black Ops Zombies kind of thing.
Zombie mode. Yeah.
Like very.
Like you mentioned, like Left 4 Dead is more like you've got to get from point A to point B and survive. This is more you've got a massive map and it's like stay alive for 11 waves kind of thing. But you can go anywhere on the map. You know, that's
like,
basically...
The only reason I'd call it like an amalgamation of the two is because in Left 4 Dead they've got like the fat zombies and the spitting zombies, and this is very similar.
Yeah, you've got your different classes.
You've got your different
and
you've got your bloody tank with zombies.
Yeah, and berserkers and stuff.
So it's really fun though. Like you can have.
I had a great time playing it the other night. It was so much fun.
Like it's a highly recommend this game. Like if you have a chance to play it. Yeah, so good.
Like we mentioned, Coops turned up towards the end of the night, found a party room in one of the maps.
Of course he did.
There was literally a bar in it, and and instead of joining us in killing zombies or Z's, he stood behind the bar, shooting the cups at us, saying, "Here's a vodka for you."
One of the greatest moments ever. I was on the run from a whole pack of zombies, ran into the party room, and Coops said, "There, do you want a drink?" that was a good time. That.
Talking of your internet, John, which is what we were talking about.
Yeah.
Jono briefly brought it up there.
R.I.P. my internet.
Oh yeah. Well, so when did you play Killing Floor?
Wednesday night, I think it was.
Wednesday night. Interesting. Well, I did message you on the Wednesday night, and I said, "Tekken tomorrow, John." The reply was, "Possibly, dude. I'm not making this up, but I'm actually watching the footy tomorrow. England on Confederations Cup. I should be back after 10 though." And I replied, "Yeah, okay, mate." And you replied, "You need to get on this Killing Floor though. It's amazing."
I might have been playing that at the time.
I think you was actually.
Yeah, so we haven't played Tekken this week, John.
Yeah,
which actually reminds me, like, there's a review of someone actually saying they're actually quite excited on our iTunes. Someone's actually quite excited to see this Tekken match.
Yeah, there's actually someone looking forward to this.
Actually, more than me.
So someone's actually like put a review on iTunes. I can't remember the name at the top of my head.
It might have been Davalina88. I'm not sure.
Can we not mention fucking the individual names of reviewers? Makes us sound so pathetic. Like, oh, guys, we've had a review in from Mr. XYZ. Oh,
Davalina88.
But I'm talking about a specific review. Review
here,
though. So, like, I feel like it would be nice to mention them, but regardless, there's a review. Someone saying that they're quite excited for this match. So like it's kind of got to happen, and
it's getting a bit of a build up behind it.
Not only that, you've kind of got to record it now.
I will happily.
And you'll have to have it on YouTube and give out a link.
Nick, I will happily do that.
You did,
Nick, John, put your hand down, John. What we are going to do? We are going to have a best of 5.
Oh God, here come the technicalities. He knows I'd win the first match. Oh.
No, John, all right, John, you set the rules. No. Stop speaking. Right, you're going to set the rules right now, and we're gonna do it. And I'm going to record it.
I like the fact he's got his hand up, going, "Oh, please, me, oh me."
All I want to know is nail a date down that we're going to do this fight. Nail it down in the calendar
tomorrow.
No,
we can't tomorrow.
No, you can't. Play it here.
Joe's not coming.
I thought you were coming.
Just to let listeners know, we've got a bit of a rock band night planned tomorrow night.
I thought Joe was. That's why I was like, play it here.
No, I've got a bit of
bring the game.
No, there's a rock band night tonight. I won't be coming, but
tomorrow night.
If you would like to attend,
let's not give that out. Although, no.
Kegs all around.
Right, no, John, we need to put the rules down now. What, best of 3? Best of 5?
Forget the rules, get a date first.
Sunday.
I can't Sunday.
What do you mean you can't?
At the cinema.
Monday.
Transformers 5's out.
Transformers
Monday.
Monday's a day. Well done.
No,
guys. Monday
Nick,
is.
We can't Monday. Twin Peaks.
Oh yeah. To be fair, we have to watch.
Can't Tuesday night. Twin Peaks
we have
show.
to record it.
So nail a date down, and you just shot down. The
How
next
about
4
Wednesday?
Days.
I'm fine with Wednesday night.
Wednesday.
We're not playing Killing Floor Wednesday, are we? Wednesday night.
Not if you're playing Tekken, John.
Wednesday night.
Yeah.
Set the rules. What are the rules?
We'll do that later.
No.
Do you know what I
best of 5?
One match.
Do you know what I think?
No, one match.
Why not one match?
One match.
One
you know
match.
what I think we should do here? Right? We should like you can tweet it out in the meantime, but like obviously you can record to Twitch on your PS4
I was planning that. Yeah.
And like live record, and so people can. I'll be tuning in. I'll be telling you that much. And then we can put it on YouTube and talk about it next week and give out the link then.
One match.
What do you mean one match?
We're not the NBA playoffs. It's not best of 5. One match.
Neither's the NBA playoffs.
John,
No, that's what Joe was suggesting, wasn't it?
but like I didn't want to log on and have one match. I wanted to be
One match.
consistently.
One match.
Free.
One match. Then?
How about 3 matches?
One match.
I liked 3 matches.
3 matches is a good number.
He said, "All right,
One
how
match,
about
John. One match is all I need to burn you.
just best,
One match.
just best of 3. So if one of you wins 2-0, just sack the third one off.
One match.
One match, 3 rounds.
One match is
One match.
That's the standard. It's like
One match versus 2 rounds.
no, anyone can win one match.
that's what he's trying to bargain for here, John.
No, that's it. One match. You agreed. 2 rounds.
All right, okay.
Move on,
We've said
move
it then. We've got.
Move on, you little shit. right. Move on. What else we got to talk about before we move on to our main film of the show, which we haven't mentioned yet? Will be in the title.
We'll bring that up in a sec. Has anyone else got anything?
Yeah,
else
I've got one more film. Anybody else got anything?
No.
I only had a last sort of best part of E3. The best news that came out of that was the ID who make Hitman. You know, the Hitman film game that came out.
Is it not id?
Sorry, not ID.
Sorry.
Yeah. The best part of E3 news that came out was id, who create Hitman. They do the episodic Hitman on the consoles. They were being sold by Square Enix.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so like...
Don't they do Doom as well?
I'm not sure, but like the
I'm
future...
sure they do Doom and
I think they
Wolfenstein,
do,
yeah.
The future was in doubt for that company.
Oh,
so,
I didn't know that.
well, like, what they've ended up doing is basically buying themselves out.
Oh,
So they're
right,
now an independent company
Oh,
doing their own thing. And Hitman, they've kept the license for, which means they'll be making a season 2. And they've also announced that Hitman 1, Episode 1, which is Paris, which is an amazing game, they've released for free. Which...
On PS4?
Yes.
Ooh.
So that's a huge piece of game they've
When?
just released for free. It's out now.
Right now.
Yeah, you can go home now, download Hitman.
I'll get that over the weekend.
Yeah. So like, there's that's a huge piece of game they've released for free.
That is... I'm a bit worried about that deal, though. Buying themselves out.
I think it's they're going to look for help as they go and market it as they go.
I was thinking because once they bought themselves out, what have they left to fund themselves for the game?
Well, that's the thing. Like, do you remember Epic, the company Epic, who did like Gears of War? They went their own path with Cliff Bleszinski running them. And I'm sure they just ran out of money. They were making these massive blockbuster games and they just couldn't afford to
So
do
they're
it.
having to sort of get partners in to fund them, and then they're basically selling the soul.
Well, I think Epic are dead now. I think Epic are gone, kind of thing. So
I imagine this one's it sounds a bit more promising.
yeah, a bit more
You would hope
stable.
they've got a backer that's not game related, that's doing it purely for the monetary aspect of it.
Hitman sold really well, but they didn't sell to the standards that Square Enix wanted. Even though it was a huge seller, it didn't sell as much as they wanted, so they've ended up leaving it.
This is the thing. Like, games got to such a blockbuster level with BioShock Infinite. It cost a fortune to make, and they couldn't make the money back on it. It cost so much to make it. It's an amazing game, but they realised that we've hit the peak of we can't make money out of this anymore. We're spending too much money, and that's why the team who did BioShock just split up and went their own separate ways after that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But, so I hope id aren't going to follow suit.
that's definitely a brilliant ending to a company. That's a way to go out.
One of the best games ever, in my opinion.
It is probably one of my favourite games ever. That game.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, Hitman. If you've not played it, definitely worth a go. It's a great game. I bought that. I bought the episodes. It's a fascinating game. There's so much different stuff you can do, and it takes Hitman in the right sense of not taking itself too seriously. It's just taking it in the exact right thing you should be doing. If you're going to dress up as the guy delivering flowers and sort of find your way in somewhere, and then dress up as the bloody chef and steal a knife and poison stuff, it doesn't take itself too seriously.
I was just going to say, from what you've told us in work over the last few months, when you've been last year, once you started playing it, I think you've been raving about it for ages.
Yeah.
From what you've been telling us, the focus on what works about that game, what's entertaining about it, and just hiked it up, all the dressing up as people, throwing bodies off balconies and stuff, and piling them up on the floor, that kind of thing.
It's hilarious.
Yeah.
It's a great game. I had friends around and I played that game, and everyone enjoyed watching me play that game.
Didn't you tell us about the ragdoll effects in it or something as well at one point, being ridiculous kind
Yeah,
of thing?
it's got daft physics in it. It's just
it's just fun,
It's a fun game, and it's just, if you like the old Hitmans, this is the best version of a Hitman game.
Yeah.
So yeah, they've released the first part for free, and like I said, big chunk of game. Give it a go. Download that.
I will definitely check that out. I'm looking forward to that. Can I just jump onto The Mummy quickly before we go? Which kind of ties in with our main film. We'll get to that in a minute.
Our main film. Yeah. Scorpion King.
Yeah. This is The Mummy 2017, the new one by Alex Kurtzman, starring everyone's favourite actor Tom Cruise.
up to 2001.
I'm still a big fan of Little Tom.
Little Tom. Tiny Tom.
But to be honest with you, the film was a bit of a disappointment. I'm trying to get a bit more harsh on film reviews because I find myself giving a lot of films that are average just 2.5, just neither here nor there. And this one, it costs 150 million, and it's just so like devoid of ideas. They're so focused on trying to set up a whole dark universe, is it called? Mm-hmm. They're like answer to the Marvel universe.
Yeah.
Trying to set up a dark universe, and a lot of it's just boring. It just feels desperate to set up a universe for the future films. Tom Cruise is good. I'll give him that. I like Tom. He always brings the A game to films and stuff. He always does his most to try and entertain the audience. But just everything around him. Russell Crowe's on autopilot for this film. His portrayal of like Dr. Jekyll or Mr. Hyde is just a bit like, not very interesting. Yeah. The mummy herself is pretty good. Sophia Boutella, who's been in like The Kingsman. Have you seen that at all? The female assassin with the blade feet.
Yeah.
And she was in Star Trek, the new Star Trek 3. I think you've seen that, Nick. She was the white-faced alien in that.
Oh,
she's playing the mummy in this one. Other than that, there's not really much. There's two kind of decent action scenes in it that I quite liked. There's one bit on a plane where the plane crashes, but they've shown like 90% of it on the trailer already. But that was kind of like a cool little action scene. And a bit towards the end where the zombies are swimming through underground London. But again, they've shown that in the trailer, so and it lasts about a minute. That's it, the whole action scene. But other than that, there's not much really to rave about. But I'm going to be a bit of a hypocrite, giving it 2.5 out of 5. Even though it's not particularly great, it's just so average.
You've got to give it an average score.
I want to give it like 1 or something, but I'm going 2.5.
In terms of this universe then that it's trying to set up, who are the other members that are going to try and set up within
Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Frankenstein, played by...
Mr. Invisible or something?
The Invisible Man, played by Johnny Depp.
Godzilla.
Is Johnny Depp playing? Is Johnny Depp playing it?
Johnny Depp's the Invisible Man. Who's Frankenstein now?
Godzilla.
No, yeah.
It's Godzilla and Frankenstein.
It's a really famous actor who's in the new Pirates film as the bad guy.
I'm
can't think now. Can't think. But
right, so it's the Mummy, Frankenstein, Jekyll and Hyde,
the Invisible Man.
Yeah.
Dracula.
Dracula.
I don't know who's playing Dracula yet.
Is that it?
Yeah, I think that might be
and
it.
Godzilla. So it's good.
This comes back to that point we made earlier about cinema not making
no new
films.
ideas.
No new ideas. These are just old. They've all had their individual movies.
The mad thing is though, this is quite an original idea. I feel that they're trying to combine all them and create this modern day version.
They were already like in the same universe, though, weren't
they?
Yeah,
the Universal Monsters.
What they're literally doing though, they're like what many companies are doing now. They've seen what Marvel are doing. They're like, they're making big money off there. Let's do our version of it. And DC are trying it, and I think it's starting to get the ball rolling a bit now. Like with Wonder Woman, that's definitely got the ball.
Yeah,
it's taking a bit of a lift now. But
I think they've took an idea.
This may do it in the future, but at the moment, I think King Kong's doing it as well, isn't it, with Godzilla?
It's King Kong. No, Godzilla's in the Mummy and.
No, I mean Godzilla, King Kong, and Pacific Rim are all in the same universe.
So I'm not sure about the Pacific Rim thing yet. They've not confirmed that yet. But obviously the monsters, the kaiju look just like.
But
only because of the timelines are different. It's in the future.
So everyone's trying this whole connected universe thing. Yeah. And the thing that worries me about that is like I think it's just going to die out. Everyone's going to get bored of it. It's like I'm sick of just watching all these films in one. Like everyone's just going to be watching a film from each universe a year or something, and it's just going to be all the same crap all year.
Star Wars films, that's basically a connected universe, you know what I mean?
That's what I mean. People are just going to get bored of it.
And like, honestly, watch this Mummy film. What you've just said just sums it up. It just feels like all they're interested in is setting up a universe. It's like, make a good film first and go up.
The thing for me is like, as you're all aware, I'm like a big fan of the MCU. I don't. It might be quite unfounded, but I really enjoy it. Like every one of them, to be honest. And it just worries me that like because of that, people are just going to get sick of seeing this connected universe stuff,
Yeah.
and then Marvel, the MCU, is going to die. And I'm pretty sure, John, that won't bother you that much at all. But like for me, that would be a big loss. That I would be quite gutted.
Yeah.
No, but if it did die out, just a thought, if all these like connected universes did die out, wouldn't that then make the companies think twice about making a film and pick the strongest, most capable of picking up big box office money, rather than just throwing out 5 different separate films that kind of link to one another?
I feel like all this stuff has a shelf life, you know what I mean? There's only so long you can drag it out for.
Yeah, this genre is a shelf life, and it's coming to the end.
And like I say, like other things jump on board and it just kills the whole thing. Like, it's not a totally apt comparison, but like Call of Duty and video games, they hit this formula like literally 13 years ago now or something. And they've been dragging it out, and other games have copied them, and it's killing the whole thing, you know what I mean? Eventually, everyone's got to get bored of the whole thing, and it'll find something new then to.
This with anything, any ideas, the initial's always the best. It gets enhanced slightly, then other people jump on board, do their own versions.
It gets watered down. Like,
it just becomes less important.
Yeah. But yeah, that's The Mummy 2.5.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
All right. Well, talking to The Mummy, and last week we spoke about the X-Bon.
Maxibon.
So, talking of The Mummy, and last week we spoke about the Xbox One Scorpio. We can mix them together, and what you'll get is the Scorpion King, which is the film we spoke about this week.
Nicely done.
That's the most butchered link I've ever done.
That was brilliant.
The Scorpion King this week, guys.
Can I just butt in here and say, like, for the past 2 weeks, you've actually said we're going to do I Am Legend.
Oh, yeah.
But obviously last week...
Can I explain this then?
Well, yeah, sure.
So, Sam had raised I Am Legend on episode 11. And then I came back in episode 12. I was like, we are not doing I Am Legend. We're not doing it. Sit back down. We're not doing it. So we were going to do this week and go, all right, let's do I Am Legend. Sam couldn't make it this week because he's off drunk in Wales.
Yeah.
So
As he always is.
As it's this film he keeps bringing up, we're like, okay, let's postpone that for a week. Hopefully we'll have I Am Legend for episode 14.
I'm hoping it's hopeful.
Well, for episode 13, we picked an even worse film, which is The Scorpion King.
Oh, so we've already got Joe's opinion here. We've already.
Just nail your thoughts to the master.
Let's go through it. I've not got a synopsis in front of me, but it's about The Rock, and he's an assassin.
Can I give you a quick synopsis?
Oh, have you one written down?
No, I'll just do it off the top of my head.
You want that easy?
Should we see if my synopsis and yours are different?
Yeah.
The Rock is an assassin. He jumps on a tent. His mate dies. His brother dies. And then he somehow becomes the Scorpion King.
Yeah, mine might be a bit different.
Let's go for it.
In ancient Mesopotamia, Matthias must fulfill his destiny to become the Scorpion King of legend. Yeah, that was off the top of my head.
I prefer that one. That sums it up.
Yes,
We'll carry on. There's more to the film.
Well, I've got a ton of... That's a quick, short synopsis.
Let's just get right into this.
Let's get right into it.
I've got a ton of notes here about this masterpiece.
Okay. Right, okay. Because, like, this film was brought up to me late on...
I mean, it was late for everyone. We made the decision about half an hour before.
Yeah. You made the decision.
You weren't there for how it came up, though.
No, as it was mentioned earlier, Nick, I don't work in the same room anymore.
Yeah, like the way it came up, John was like, you know what would be a good idea? I reckon we should watch The Mummy 2.
Hey, this total relevance.
And I went, why The Mummy 2? And I'd want to watch The Mummy 1 before I watched that. And I went, I might as well just watch The Scorpion King. And he went, fucking Scorpion King, let's watch
The Scorpion King.
There you go.
No, yeah, and then like Jono had came into our room and said, "We're gonna watch The Scorpion King." I was like, "Oh, fuck's sake!" Send me to that other podcast that we were talking about. But yeah, all right. Well, let's. John, you got notes on this film. Let's.
I have. Yeah, I got a few. Start off with the director, Chuck Russell. He got quite a bit of a pedigree before this turned out this masterpiece. The Mask.
Yeah, I did see it on them. I had a look at his recent film.
I think that's where the little bit of comedy comes in. Right.
Well, I'm just jumping ahead. One of my notes here. This film is genuinely hilarious. Like,
It's funny.
this is real.
It does have comedy undertones. Like it is
no, this
lot.
film is brilliant.
No,
We mentioned before about Guardians 2. You found it hilarious. I thought it was terrible. This is comedy.
No, yeah, because it's just the right amount of comedy in this.
Yeah. Classic adventure feel to it with amazing comedy.
I hate to go against you here, Joe, but you're on your own with this film.
Yeah.
I've been cast out one.
I was cracking up watching
I'm not
this.
going to lie. The fact that you're shunning a Dwayne Johnson film this much makes me think that you might have to leave.
We'll get on to me
Well,
leaving.
Nick loves this film that much. He even loves The Rock's hair in this. The hair.
I like to say
Okay, right. We'll get on to all this.
just a few more films that Chuck Russell's churned out.
Yeah, go on.
Nightmare on Elm Street 3, one of the best ones.
I did
The
see
Dream
that,
Master.
yeah.
I just said that was shite. But
You've not even seen it.
You said Nightmare on Elm Street, and like my
No.
gut reaction was shite, and then you said 3, and I haven't seen that one.
3. He did Eraser, the Arnold Schwarzenegger classic.
Love it.
1997.
These sound like films I would not want to
Why
watch.
have you not watched Eraser?
It's great.
Right,
He did The Blob remake in 1988, a remake of the classic film The Blob. I loved that when I was a kid. It scared the hell out of me.
When's the original Blob from? Like the 1960s.
1962, I think.
Oh
or
yeah,
something.
go on, carry on.
Yeah. So a film genuinely hilarious. There's so much comedy in this film that
There's a couple-
sorry. Just
all right. If we're gonna talk over my,
I'm sorry, but just following on from my point about being hilarious. The film kicks off with one of the best intros ever.
It is, isn't it?
The Rock barges into a room, shoots a guy with an arrow, and he flies 50 million feet through the building. And he keeps on going.
That wasn't even the funny bit. Him climbing up the thing with a massive rock.
Oh, that was good, yeah.
Just like, is that supposed to be a pun? Him climbing and he's a big
I
rock.
didn't even think that. The Rock.
A big rock
right.
on his back.
Yeah.
The Rock.
Didn't even think that.
Right,
Before we go on though, this is actually The Rock's first like full film.
Feature film,
Like,
yeah.
he'd never like apart from The Mummy 2, he'd never done
never acted
any
before.
apart from the acting he did in the wrestling.
Which is
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Stop. There is no acting in
There
wrestling.
is. It's really staged. Is that
Jono,
right,
it's real, mate. Boxing's fake.
Right, come on,
What, I
guys.
don't mean the acting,
Guys. This is an argument for another podcast altogether. Like,
Is boxing real?
when we do a wrestling podcast, you can do this. But we're talking about Scorpion King right now.
Fine, carry on.
Don't spoil the
John,
suplex coming
Oh, but
2018.
Just loving the intro though. It was amazing. He shot that guy 200 million feet into the air through the building.
you've
Just
upped that
happened to go
number.
through the window. I like through
Oh, no,
that.
I thought it was at the side of the building. He
Did
just
you go through
smashed
the
down.
building? I saw he went through the side.
Kept on flying, and he comes up and just goes, boo. It's like, oh, it's the Rock.
all the rest
It's
ran
arrived. Hollywood movies, yeah, but I loved that. You're not liking that, Joe? That intro?
Carry on.
Classic.
Sorry, can I just jump in? I asked to carry on, but I'm going to stop you. You know the director of those films.
Yeah.
Did you see who the executive producer of this film was?
Stephen Sommers.
Vince McMahon.
Really?
That's amazing.
Did you see who was the company behind this film?
It's Universal, this, I think.
WWE Films.
No,
sure?
It was Universal.
It's definitely a Universal,
Universal film.
distributed film. They might have been involved in the production of it, but Universal distributed it because they owned the Mummy franchise.
Yeah, but that film.
While you're Googling that, I'll just carry on.
Let's pretend I'm not on my laptop.
This film got a classic adventure feel. I love adventure fantasy films. Like Conan the Barbarian, that kind of thing.
Do you know what else it has? It also has that really sort of everything happens perfectly. You know, like in the film, like exactly how you expect it to happen.
Yeah.
There's no
Like Indiana Jones or something like
Yeah.
that. Yeah, I've got another note for that coming up.
John, production company, World Wrestling Entertainment.
Oh, okay. But they didn't distribute it, though. It was definitely Universal.
No, yeah, I didn't say that.
Yeah.
Distributed by Universal.
Yep.
With production by
If you've got the
I didn't
figures,
know that.
if you've
That's
got
fair
all
enough.
that in front of you, what was the box office?
the box
The
office.
box office was 156 million on a $60 million budget.
Oh, you're wrong, John. It was a 60 million budget with a 165 million.
Oh, I was 9
not
million
too
out.
bad.
Yeah,
it was
it
9
did.
million out.
Yeah, it did well because like people are stupid.
No, because they'd seen the link from the Mummy, so it got all that, didn't
They
it?
saw The Rock.
I mean, that is a
No,
great...
they didn't, because The Rock had never really acted by then. They saw.
That's true. He was a wrestler. He didn't act.
But to be fair, though, that isn't great box office, that, though. When you
No,
take
it's-
into, production costs and stuff, it wouldn't be...
Yeah, like you said, you double the cost.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you?
The best thing about this film, can you guess what it is?
The
Rock? The end.
Sorceress.
The running time, 92 minutes. Love that.
I'll agree with that.
Every film should be 90 minutes for me.
I reckon the credits with the music over it was the best because the music.
Well, I'm going to come back to the music. I've got a few notes on that. So
okay, we'll come back to that. And I've got some stuff to say about that.
Right, I'm literally not far off from that, to be honest with you. I'm going to repeat classic adventure feel quite a lot in this because the scene with the ants where it's buried up to his neck.
They so badly
it was
it's funny though, isn't it?
Yeah, 60 million. So the CGI wasn't great.
I was going to talk about that scene actually because that's where the comedy started to kick in as well with his sidekick. If you
horse thief.
The horse thief.
Yeah, he's great.
I was fine with that.
Yeah,
that's funny.
I was like, ha ha. I was like, that's funny.
Yeah, I found him really funny.
I just thought he was funny through the film. He provided sort of this air of like goofy sidekick, which every film.
Why does the Scorpion King need some goofy fucking horse thief along with him the whole film?
Because it's hilarious, Joe. That's why.
Because otherwise it can't just be a one person film.
Yeah, it's about him like having a team with him kind of thing.
Characters in.
Yeah, a team of fucking idiots.
In that bit, I love the bit where The Rock kills ants with his chin. That was incredible.
Yeah, when he crushes them down.
I was laughing my head off at that.
I like the one when he bit it as well. When he picked one up in his mouth and crushed it.
I'll tell you now, when he's there, like in the sand, just crushing ants,
killing CGI ants.
I was like, do you know what? You know what? You've piqued my interest.
That was good. The horse thief. They go to a town and he meets this really attractive bartender or something.
Yeah.
Little quote from him. It's like, "Oh, I've been working here a long time." And he turns to like a guy being served next to him, going, "What's the word? Oh, how's the kebab?" Hilarious.
And then he's like, "Can you keep an eye on the camel instead of the camel?"
I was going to say, I really liked the fact that he had a camel.
Is it a horse?
And everyone kept asking him, like horses are faster. He's like, yeah, but camels are smarter.
How clever was it? Every time he did that funny... It was just the camel just was like appeared.
No matter where he was, like
I loved the fact that he had a camel steed.
Yeah.
Just going on from that with the camel thing, I was thinking at one point, like, I'm loving this film. If they made it nowadays with the garbage in blockbuster films now, this would be quite a big hit. But then I thought, hold on, he did Hercules like 3 years ago, which is the same film pretty much. Yeah, but I love Hercules as well, to be honest.
To be fair, I only managed to get through that film, so I won't speak.
Oh, okay.
When I say I only got halfway through, by the way, for anyone who's thinking I've turned it off, I paused it and didn't go back to it.
Yeah. We just mentioned then about his team of people helping him and like the casting of those people. Nick, I've got a question for you. Gondor calls for aid.
And Gondor will answer.
Rohan. King Theoden.
And Rohan will answer.
King Theoden from Lord of the Rings turns up as the...
he does. As the
scientific...
Can't believe I just fucked that quote. Out of like my all-time favourite film ever, I just fucked the quote. I'm embarrassed, guys.
But I thought he was quite good, King Theoden.
No, he was amazing. Like the thing is, like, I kept seeing him. I was like, right, who is this guy? I know his face.
Yeah.
And I don't know why I didn't even look it up, though, to be honest.
We were talking in work. Bernard Hill, I think he's called, or something. I've got one here for you as well, Nick. Going on to the soundtrack of the film. I don't know if you noticed this. I was having a quick look through the soundtrack. One that I was really into. Ironhead by Rob Zombie. I was like, oh my God, this soundtrack's amazing.
Fantastic.
The soundtrack's got quite a lot of bands on it.
Yeah.
Like, this is peak 2002 new metal. Like, POD, you've got System of a Down.
Well, that's the one for Nick. Yep, Streamline.
Mushroom Head, you got Cold Chamber, Drowning Pool, Godsmack. Like, this is...
Yeah, and Godsmack closed the film out as well.
Like, this film with The Rock in it is the most 2002 film I've ever seen in my life.
I agree with you there, but I mean that's a good point for me. I like films that feel like they're made in an era. You know what I mean? Like you know what I mean by that.
Yeah, because when it goes 15 years like this one, as you can periodize the
look back
film,
you'll know when
think, it was by
that's
the music.
Yeah, whenever exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, System of a Down on it. I thought Nick would like that. Yep.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah.
Again, classic adventure feel. The bit where he fights Michael Clark Duncan, slow motion with the sword, and the sword's just shattering mid-air.
Shatter. Michael Clark Duncan happens to be John Coffey in The Green Mile.
I will say, like that fight between them two, like you could, it felt very much like a wrestling match because you could tell like they were pulling the punches and like I swear they did like suplexes and all sorts in that fight.
How big are they? Like both of them, they're huge units.
It felt very much like a wrestling match, like to me.
The Rock 2017 is 2 times the size of The Rock 2002.
No, I know, but you could totally get that from.
The thing is, though, like, I remember watching an interview with him, and he was told earlier on by a manager that he had earlier on that if he stays the size he is, which wasn't that big at the time, he'll never get an acting gig. And obviously look at him now. He's massive and he's like probably one of the biggest Hollywood actors out there
in the world.
I think it's because they want an imposing screen character.
But at the time in 2002, being massive wasn't really a thing in acting, was it? Like, I think they wanted someone that just was a good-looking, slim, tall guy. That's what they wanted. Yeah. Luckily, and I think Dwayne Johnson might have been the guy that changed all this. Like, luckily that's changed. We've got like the likes of Jason Momoa, who's pretty massive now. We've got, although to be fair, Arnie was massive, wasn't he? What am I on about?
I know you, but Arnie and like Stallone sort of.
I guess they were kind of typecast into like the action films and stuff. Like we've got Dwayne Johnson in comedies and all sorts of stuff now.
Yeah, but I mean, you mentioned like Arnie. Like for me, the Rock has always been the new Arnold Schwarzenegger. Yeah. He did Kindergarten Cop and stuff. You know, he did comedies as well and Twins. So like,
God, he did.
And Junior.
I guess
exactly.
I guess
Junior.
Yeah.
Dwayne Johnson is just the new The Rock. The new The Rock.
The new Arnie, basically.
The new Arnie, basically.
But I don't know why I feel like The Rock somehow changed like the way that they're casting people now, because like I know like we've just come to the conclusion that Arnie's done this before, but I feel like there's so many more muscly people coming into the acting world nowadays.
I know what you mean, like Randy Couture, the UFC fighter. Joe, is that right, Joe? The name?
Yeah.
He's been involved in like the Expendables films and done some other stuff. Actually, I think he was the villain in one of the Scorpion King sequels.
I'm not accepting the Expendables as a valid film.
I love the Expendables.
I mean, it's not.
This is for a talk for another show. No, I was going to jump in and say that I've looked it up, and the screenplay, like one of the people who worked on it was David Hayter. Have you heard of this?
Yeah, he's the voice of Solid Snake, isn't he?
He's the voice of Solid Snake, and he's one of the screenwriters from Watchmen.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
this might be a different David Hayter I'm thinking of.
It's the same David.
Is it the same one? The voice of Solid Snake.
Voice of Solid Snake
is him.
Is the screenwriter, or one of the screenwriters for Scorpion King as well as Watchmen.
Yeah.
Which conflicts me because Metal Gear Solid is one of my favourite game series and Watchmen's one of my favourite films. And then he's involved with this pile of shite. Carry on.
Okay. A bit more comedy. They go through a whole system of like escaping a building through like a water system.
Oh yeah.
There's a little kid wishing at the well with a coin. It's I wish.
I know, yeah, but why did he wish for a woman?
He throws a little coin in, and then
the naked sorceress appears.
The sorceress comes up naked, and he's like, "Oh,
thank you, God!"
I love that.
I was cracking up at that bit.
I couldn't laugh.
Joe's got a stern face. Not happy with that.
I mean, I'm not going to lie to you, Joe. Like even before we pitched it to you, I knew for a fact you wouldn't like this film. And if like from your running like.
From what we know of you.
From what we know about you, basically.
Sorry.
You don't laugh very much.
Basically, you don't like fun. You don't.
All right.
You just like to be miserable all the time. To be
fun sponge.
We're getting dark here. Just one thing you might have liked, Joe. Late in the film, the sorceress is being like doubted by Memnon, the evil guy.
Yeah.
And is making her like choose an urn without a snake in it.
Yeah.
But he's built some kind of like specially designed table, seemingly just for this moment,
just for this task.
so we can spin urns on it. Pick one.
And all it is roulette, and all you've got to do is watch the bloody thing spin round.
I can just picture them build this table. Why are we building this table? Don't ask.
Don't ask Memnon.
The psychic needs it for some reason. Going on from there, did you guys notice the people's eyebrow in the film?
I did.
Oh, was there?
Did you do that?
Oh, did you not see it?
Yeah, he's done it.
Oh, he gets fired from a catapult and lands in a room full of like hot women.
It's supposed to be Vestal virgins.
Yeah, they all crowd around him, don't they? Well,
they're kind of like, aren't they supposed to be Memnon's women? But
I think so.
Doesn't go there ever.
All right, just dilute the point. It's just a bunch of half-naked women.
No, they're not there. Yeah.
Crowd around him, and like the Rock's just there to get the people's eyebrow just pop up like.
And then he elbow drops them.
He doesn't elbow drop.
Unfortunately, no.
Would that have made it better for you, Joe?
I'd have appreciated it.
I mentioned Memnon though. Are we all in agreement that he's one of the worst actors I've ever seen in my life? Like,
do you know what's worse than the acting? Is her.
Memnon.
Yeah. Memnon had that thing and then a big long plaited ponytail, but shaved on the side.
I feel like that's almost ahead of its time. Like I feel like I've seen people with that haircut in town now.
Fucking hope you haven't seen people in town like that.
It's pretty bad though, isn't it?
Talking of haircuts, though, like I genuinely loved The Rock's hair in it. Like I think The Rock with long hair looks fantastic.
But he did have the worst hairline in the world.
I don't care about the hairline. It looks amazing.
Right, guys. What planet are you lot from? Well, you're all sat here loving this.
Joe,
Nah.
we're from the planet that likes fun.
Yeah. Stop being the fun police.
Right. The fun police has arrived. The Rock with that stupid fucking mullety thing.
It's not a mullet, it's just long hair.
No, I've done.
Long black hair.
The editor has left the room, guys.
He's stressed out, but yeah.
I'm getting a fucking gin.
Carry on.
Shall we continue with the podcast without him, because he's clearly not enjoying this film?
Quick one. You've seen Indiana Jones, Jono,
Yep.
The Temple of Doom. There's a direct homage to the Temple of Doom. Can you guess what I'm coming to here? Or
The one with the... Do you mean the actual big gong?
the gong?
The gong.
Exactly. Yeah. He's being fired at with arrows by the guys. He cuts the gong free. And it starts wheeling, and he runs behind it as a shield.
Yeah,
That's
I did
literally
see
a
that, yeah.
direct reference from the start of Temple of Doom. That
Cool.
he does it to escape Club Obi-Wan. I loved that. I've not got much else to say about it really. Just got a few more things here, all to do with the classic adventure feel. I just feel it's like a real old style Indiana Jones adventure film kind of thing.
It is?
The quicksand bit.
Yeah.
Put quicksand in a film, and I will love
I wasn't
that.
even just going to say the quicksand bit, but the whole bit where they have to escape that sandstorm and he's like picking them off one by one.
by
I
one.
love that.
Yeah,
Especially
it's
the
great.
one where they're in like the room where there's like 4 corridors, like inside that sort of
that
cave.
temple thing.
And he gets one from under the chin with like a staff and pulls him upward. I'm just like, this is so funny.
Yeah, that was great. And the rest of them all get pulled down one by one into the sand.
Yeah.
I love that. Bit like Never Ending Story or something. It reminded me of. You know, when
Yeah,
I was a kid,
I was gonna say that's kind of the funny parts that I liked.
Going on from that classic adventure feel, swordplay really good in this film, especially the flaming swords at the end.
Yeah, well, he literally dips him in the.
Yeah, I love that. I just thought it looked good when he was fighting them with swords. Joe, you're not a fan.
I'm just sitting back now.
So for the listeners, like
Fun police has arrived.
the editors just walked back in. Joe has just walked back in. I'm guessing he's going to cut out the entire film section because he's not a big fan of what we're saying about it so far.
Hey, do you know what? Free speech. And do you know what? You can all have this terrible opinion.
If we plan with enough gin, I think he might change his mind.
Make
There is
it
no,
okay.
sorry. There is no amount of gin to make this.
All right.
No, Joe's opinion of films goes down when he's drunk.
Yeah, we're all good way, aren't we?
If I was watching this with my girlfriend, I might give her a sentimental star rating.
Oh,
There we go.
Wow.
I'll be honest with you, I'm virtually done now.
Well, finish.
The irony is I did watch this with my girlfriend, and it's still not getting a high rating.
Did she like
finish
it?
your points, John.
No, my girlfriend actually does like this.
There you go.
Oh, okay.
She's now our new member of the podcast.
Get Danny on the pod, yeah. Other than the classic adventure feel that I might have repeated 1 or 2 times, but my final point is I think this is better than both The Mummy 1 and 2, you know, from 1999 and 2001.
It's a bit of a push. I like the first Mummy. You see,
I don't mind it, but I think this is
I like the
better film.
characters such
I mean,
as.
it's the fact that like it's the Rock though, isn't it? He is
No.
he is literally Viagra for film.
But it's just that
is.
what the mummy has. What this doesn't is multiple great characters.
I know, but this has one great character.
Yeah.
Like you don't need anything more than that.
Can I jump in? The Rock isn't Viagra for films like it these days. He is. Back in 2002.
Oh, I beg to differ.
Okay.
like they bring him into the Mummy, and they then release another Mummy after that, and they release 4 Scorpion King.
This Scorpion King film was not that well received.
But
No,
they
it
still
might not-
release 3 more after it.
Yeah, but do you know what it is? It's
People are stupid it.
Can I jump in? You're a big fan of Roger Ebert. Would you be interested to know that he gave this 4 out of 4?
No, he
4
didn't
out
give
of
it
4?
No, he gave it 3 out of 4. I just wanted to try and trick Joe into thinking it was a...
How 4?
3 out of 4. 3 out of
What kind
4.
of rating's that?
One, I'm not that interested in his reviews. 2, you're wrong. You give it a 3 out of 4. So I'm interested enough to know what he gave him. The other point I make about have you finished your final point, or can I make my?
I'm done.
This is like Lord of the Rings. You know when the orcs come in, and you're the orcs here, so I'm going to make my last stand here. is that The
I
Rock...
thought you meant you were the orc.
I'm the one orc on my way.
Turned up at Helm's Deep, like...
Turn up at Helm's Deep, arrow to the eye. And
you can't like Scorpion King.
Right.
So you're the orc coming in at us.
Yeah, 2002, The Rock is poor. Tell me I'm wrong.
No, no.
Let's just...
One at a time.
I could jump in there. I don't think he's as talented now as he is as an actor. I agree with you there, but I don't think it's poor though. I still like him in 2002.
Yeah, he's had to develop somehow because, like you were saying, first feature.
I mean, he had to come from the poor acting he had to portray in wrestling.
No, which is really over dramatised.
He had to somehow come from that to like a great Hollywood actor, didn't he? So like, obviously, there's a bit of a turnover, but
Hey, we're fans of wrestling. We're not giving wrestling shit, but we
You ain't
we
fans
know
of
it's over dramatized.
Just for the listeners, Joe is fuming right now.
If you didn't have the headphones on, you'd see the steam.
carry on
I
with
thought
your,
it was easy.
on an audio context.
so to carry on with your example of you being the orc, as within the films, you just got tucked down.
All right, so The Rock in 2002 was a poor actor.
No,
That's my opinion.
I mean, I'm not gonna say he's a good actor. You know what I mean? He literally just
He's just not a
started,
poor one.
but he has charisma, which I think could carry you through a lot of things like this.
The charisma he has carried him through
His entire career.
His entire career.
Yeah, his wrestling wouldn't have been what it was without that charisma too.
I agree.
You can be taught to act, but you can't be taught charisma.
You can't be taught.
You either have it or you're not.
You can't be taught the people's eyebrow.
No, exactly. It's very difficult
Well,
to
the
do.
people's elbow. So, it's the finisher, the people's eyebrow. No, like I feel like The Rock was not very good in this film. When they marketed the poster, it wasn't Dwayne The Rock Johnson. It was The Rock in The Scorpion King. I was like, okay.
Because
was it really? I didn't notice that.
He didn't
Yeah.
put his name. He didn't bring the Dwayne Johnson part
Right, until later.
until much later on.
So,
But does that bother you though? That I'm fine with it.
in hindsight, it bothers me.
Does it
John.
really?
Is that because he's using?
I'm not gonna
his
lie.
name?
I'm not gonna lie. I've still just got this image of The Rock finishing someone off with his eyebrow.
He's just stirring the pass
I've
out.
just got this image of him going, and then someone just drops dead.
Moving on.
Well, to be fair, in that film, all he had to say was boo in an early scene, and he ran off. So the eyebrow could.
There are good parts of this film, like I said, where he's like smashing the ants with his chin.
Yeah, that was good.
I
Hilarious.
enjoyed that. I'm sure he did a body slam during the
Yeah,
film.
like in the
did,
film,
yeah.
he's fighting like a rampart and he just body slams someone.
Yeah, but like to stop talking about The Rock, like I'm going to make a last point about The Rock. I've probably made similar on the podcast before, but The Rock as a wrestler, don't like. Rock as an actor, I actually do like. After a certain year, I can't pinpoint the exact year. 2002 Rock.
You
for me,
pinpoint the film instead of the year.
No, I can't even pinpoint the film. It's like The Rock became good a few years ago.
I feel like during this, like, you don't like him while he was a wrestler, full stop, because I feel like I feel like his acting history, like he was still in wrestling while he was filming this. Like pretty much as soon as he stops wrestling, you're going to start. That's probably the point you can say you like him when he completely cuts off from wrestling.
He's still
I'll be
kind of
honest.
a biz now, but
I'll be honest. The Rock in a wrestling ring these days, I can't stand.
he only comes very sparingly now and again.
As I've said before, though, you like him as. You like Dwayne Johnson. You don't like the character The Rock.
You're funny you say that because I just said the poster says The Rock. Maybe that's why I don't like the film.
That's what I'm saying. I'm thinking you don't like the character The Rock. You like Dwayne Johnson.
This is true.
But I think during his career, he wanted to get away from the whole Rock wrestling. Just wants to be an independent actor.
I mean, you say that, but he still goes back to wrestling. So
Say that. He ruined like 3 WrestleManias in the last 10 years.
No, I know, but I mean, he doesn't now. He's not The Rock. He's not just The Rock anymore. He's Dwayne Johnson.
I like Dwayne. Like I said, if you give me a current Dwayne Johnson film, I'm like that he's good in that generally.
But you can give early films. You know, is it Get Carter? He's in like a
Get Shorty.
Get Short. He's like a promising supposed he wants to be an actor, doesn't he? And he's working
He's like a
for
bodyguard.
He's a bodyguard.
Yeah. But I feel though, like, I don't think he'll ever quit wrestling. So I think you might always have an issue with this. I think
he always likes money.
you can wrestle till you're like 55, 60, can't you, kind of thing. You
These days, yeah, but-
sparingly, like Ric Flair did, kind of thing. I think he'll always keep turning back up in WWE over the years.
He'll
never totally cut off that.
I haven't got a problem with that. for the most part. It's how they deal with it.
He'll probably be
So
the commissioner soon.
So, in conclusion to this whole Rock talk,
Right.
you don't like him as the wrestler. You don't like him in wrestling full stop.
Wait there. Like I had a sentimental bias before about certain films. Is this
An anti-bias.
an anti-bias? Like, yeah,
No.
I'll
I'll tell you my opinion of this film. That I thought it was boring.
Should we-
I
should
really
we-
did.
Really?
Think it was boring.
Should we give ratings?
Well,
Let me give my opinion, then we'll give ratings on it.
sorry, have you guys got anything you want to go into on it?
Well, Joe, yeah.
No, sorry, you two guys, have you got anything more you want
No,
to
I'm
go into?
good.
Okay,
No, go on. I just
Alright,
thought
no,
it was
cool,
lighthearted
cool.
fun.
So I'm done, so.
I thought it was a bit boring. Like there was parts, like I said, that I was like, oh, that's good. Like the wishing well bit.
Yeah,
It's
it's
like,
just funny,
yeah,
isn't it?
I was
Though?
like, oh, that's funny. Or ants. he's in a wishing. Like, yeah, some parts like that. I was like, oh, that's good. But a lot of it felt to me very much like it was boring if you watched it today. And
We watched it. Yeah, we watched it yesterday.
Well,
sorry, Joe, can I cut in there for 1 sec? Don't mean to cut you off, but
I had made my point, but go
I'm
ahead.
sorry, but you were saying if you watch it today, it's boring. I'm the other way. I think this is better now than it was in 2002.
That's why it was not well
Because of-
received then.
Let John finish.
But because of the level of other blockbuster films now, they're absolute garbage. The Mummy, and I feel like if they release this now as a blockbuster film, it might do better than it did back then because of the competition it's up against. Do you know what I mean?
I just feel
I'm looking back at it much more favourable than when I first watched it, kind of thing.
I was just bored by it. I genuinely thought it was boring. I don't think they were doing anything that particularly grabbed my attention.
Do you like adventure films though, like this?
Name me a few.
Indiana Jones, the whole Conan the Barbarian.
Wait, do you know what I got from it? I know this sounds daft, and I don't really like Disney type stuff, but like a crossover between like Aladdin. It was like the way it was set.
I'm not having this anywhere near Aladdin.
Wait, I'm not. What I mean is in the sense of the
I know what you mean,
setting
though.
and the vibe. It's,
Like the Arabian kind
It
of-
didn't take itself too seriously, so it sort of set itself up perfectly. The way scenery, the way it was set, was all very picturesque, perfect, as it should be for that sort of Aladdin.
Aladdin is a 5-star Disney film.
Yeah, I don't like Disney, but what I'm trying to say is that the links to it are just in the way it visually looks.
Are you talking because it's got loads of sand in it?
Yeah, obviously. And
But like-
pyramids, no.
Like going off like Conan the Barbarian, Conan the Adventurer, those kind of films. Krull's a masterpiece. It's like
Indiana
Krull
Jones.
in the indie films.
Not interested.
I don't think you like
You
adventure films.
you
Yeah,
probably just
It
don't
is.
like the
It's-
genre of
They've
film.
all got
Yeah.
light humour in the adventure film.
I
that you need.
love them. I mean, that's what Star Wars basically is. It's basically an adventure film wrapped up in a sci-fi kind of.
You've not named one adventure film I like yet. Maybe it's a problem with the genre I have.
No,
Again, it's a
No,
problem. with
I actually think it might be a problem with the genre, to be honest.
You've
Like,
not named me
good-
an adventure film I
I
like.
don't think it's a problem with the genre. I think you just don't like the
No,
genre.
that's what I'm saying. That's
what I'm
literally
saying.
what it
That's
is.
what I'm saying.
Like-
That's what I'm saying. I think Joe's got a problem with the genre.
Yeah.
Maybe I just don't like that genre.
What? So the whole light-hearted adventure film. Type.
Have you named me a film yet that I thought was good? No, you've not. None of you have mentioned an adventure film that I
we-
like.
I love all those films I've mentioned. I think they're all
Right.
5-star films.
I know you do. But you haven't mentioned any I like.
Should we rate it then?
Let's go.
Oh, have you got anything more? Oh, sorry, I cut you off before. Have you got anything more you want to mention?
No, just I was there were bits in it. I was like, that's good. He did a body slam. I was like, oh look, it's The Rock doing a body slam. The rest of the film, I was like,
Just bored.
bored. Just I like games in that style. I don't like films in that style. As we've just established, I don't like adventure films. It would seem.
Okay.
And The Rock in 2002 is peak shit Rock. So I'll give my rating last. But Nick, what would you rate the film?
I'm going to give it a nice 3.5 out of 5.
Solid.
Solid rating.
Yeah, that's
Jono?
good.
I was actually going to give it the same as well. I'm giving it a strong 3.5 just because it has a good vibe about it. It's good, easy watching film. Bit of fun. Only an hour and a half long. Don't take itself too seriously.
Can't argue with the running time. It felt like if that had gone on for 2 hours, I'd have been died.
I just think it didn't have the rush
but
things.
that's coming from someone who doesn't like the film. Like
That's correct.
coming from someone who does like the film.
Could
like,
you have done with another half hour?
No, that's what I'm saying. It's perfect. It's
Yeah.
for a film.
Oh yeah, no, that's what I can look at it and go, I didn't enjoy it, but I can appreciate what it is and say 90 minutes was the perfect running time.
Well, that's what I'm
For
saying. Like,
this type of film, it is, yeah.
John,
I'm just going to mention on the running time thing. There was one bit in the middle of the film where Sorceress is like with the Rock, then she's going back on her own terms to the other place. I'm thinking, oh, this is dragging a little bit now. Even though it's only 90 minutes, it's still dragging a little bit. But Apart from that, I'll drop a 5 bomb. It's a 5-star film.
Oh, fair enough.
No. I just want to see Joe's reaction.
You like choked on me drink.
No, 4 stars. Loved it.
Oh, fair
Great
enough.
fun film.
Yeah.
4 out of 5. Yeah.
It's 1 star from me.
Okay. Okay.
Right,
No. I'm just saying. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah. No, we're all equal parts of this podcast here. We're all gonna disagree now and again.
No, that's fine. Yeah.
Shit film.
I will watch this again before the year's out.
Okay,
definitely.
well,
So what we saying?
Maybe-
An average rating of a 3-star then?
Jono, you're the best one in maths here.
Well, that's what it works out. At.
so
3.5, 4,
Three.
and 1.
Yes.
Yeah, pretty much.
Average 3 out of 5.
It's like a 2.99.
No, it's exactly 3.
all right. Do we need to get
It's
into?
exactly 3.
Do
It's
we?
4 of us
Do
and
we
it comes
need to
12.
get into
Jono,
the
we'll
math?
save this to the maths podcast.
No.
Yeah.
No, it's right. It's 12 divided by 4, sorry, that's it. Just 3.
Right, go, stop.
Do we need to get into the maths? Should we just like give out like social medias and all this? Or what?
Fantastic link there, Nick.
Yeah.
Jono, would you like to give away the social medias?
I suppose. You're just cutting me off. Yeah. If you want to contact us on the main sort of Twitter, it's at DSTE Podcast. You can also check us out on Instagram, which is just DSTE Podcast and the number 4. If you want to contact me on the personal one, it's Jono88. Jono.
Me next, yep. It's at Taylor1980.
Yeah, it's Joe. YEHITSJOE.
You got it right this week.
I did, yeah. I'll remember it.
And I'm at DSTE Nick.
Cool. If you want to follow Sam, who's not here, he's in Wales, at Rubik's Football.
Yep.
He does football stuff.
Yeah, and send us some more tweets as well, because obviously these challenges towards games have been going across. If you want to watch it, just let us know and we can...
I'd say the main challenge I have is podcasting with you lot.
I think it's fun again. Like, your challenge is to have fun. That's what I think. You need to have fun one day.
One day I'll have fun.
One day you'll smile and get out the corner.
Watch Scorpion King 10 times, like I've always been telling you. Watch it 10 times, you'll love it by the end of that.
I might just slip my wrists now. Yeah, alright, well, we've had a good show, guys.
Yeah, I've enjoyed it.
Cheers, boys.
It's been nice to see you, since I don't see you in work anymore.
Yeah.
I know, separated by that wall.
It's only a weekly thing now, isn't it? Seeing you.
It is, yeah. We don't actually speak anymore, it's just on the podcast.
Yeah. Other than that, we just ignore him.
Or am I ignoring you? Alright,
I think it's a bit of both, to be honest.
Alright, let's finish off. Thanks for listening. This has been episode 13 of Don't Spoil the Ending. I've been Joe, you've been Nick, Jono, and John.
Yes,
Cheers.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers, bye.
Cheers, bye.
Bye.
Oh, that was good.
Was I too negative?
No.
No.
I can understand giving it 1 star, like, it's shit.